Hello everyone and welcome to the Quincy Park tennis courts in Arlington, Virginia, where the Washington Lee Generals are hosting the Langley Saxons in boys tennis. We've got singles matches going on all 6 courts. Relatively warm day, a little bit of wind, and the players are competing under some cloud cover. So the sun, for the most part, won't be a factor. We may get some sun a little bit later in the match. In our featured match, here on Court 1, we have Jack Horton from Washington Lee going up against Nick Frankenberg from Langley. Courts, we've got some great tennis also being played. Victor Huguet from Washington Lee is going up against Alex Yu from Langley. Jackson Brantley from Washington Lee is going up against Michael Linden from Langley. Matt Harper from the Generals going up against Gabriel Spira from the Saxons. Giovanni Morales from Washington Lee facing off against Daniel Gan from the Saxons. And Josef Burke from Washington Lee going up against Zachary Lee from Langley. Terrific rally here in the first game. Horton trying to hold serve and take an early lead. And both Horton and Frankenberg showing they use all of the court. They both hit shots to all of the court, and they can cover all of the court, so it should be a good match. And a nice winner from Horton to pick up the point. And we will get a second serve from Jack Horton. Frankenberg showing early on. He's got a good forehand, but he seems to have a particularly good backhand. Great return from Horton to extend the rally. He's doing his best to keep Frankenberg on the baseline. And that'll be wide. Game 1 to Jack Horton. We are back. The players have swapped sides. And now it's Frankenberg trying to hold serve and pick up the game. No one was confused. We just had a errant tennis ball fly over from court number 2, pass in front of our camera. Did not appear to have any impact on our match here. So Frankenberg serving well here in the first game. And that will even the match at 1 game apiece. players in junior high school league tennis. Play to a pro set of 10 games. Nice point from Horton. He's able to get to the net and win the point. And we'll get a second serve now from Horton. And that game will go to Frankenberg. And we're back. Mitt Frankenberg with a 2-1 lead over Jack Horton. This is a Conference 6 matchup. These two schools play each other in all sports. They meet a couple times a season for boys tennis, if not in the postseason. And a lot of the summer tennis and off-season tennis activity with clubs and everything else, very often these players from camps and different things will know each other pretty well. And a nice point for Frankenberg. After a good rally by both players, Frankenberg at the net, able to land it on court and pick up the point. That return is long, so Horton picks up the point there, and now Horton will get a second serve. And a double fault from Horton. Horton has a good serve when he can land it, but so far in the match he's had a little bit of trouble with consistency on that. Horton doing a good job of mixing up the pace on his returns, and Frankenberg doing a good job on covering the court. And we had a player from court number 2 retrieve an errant ball to distract. Play was not on here on court 1. And finally, another prolonged rally. Good play from both sides. The point goes to Frankenberg and with the game. Serve from Frankenberg. Double fault, so point for Horton. return went wide. So Frankenberg takes a lead in the game as he's trying to hold serve and extend the lead he has in the match. Good winner from Frankenberg. Horton a little frustrated with that return. And now he has to serve and try to hold serve. And that was long, so Horton takes a lead in the game. You can hear the wind. Having been out for high school tennis last month in March, winds seem to be more prevalent then, but we're not totally out of it today. And the return comes up short. So Horton now trying to avoid being broken in the game. At the moment playing from behind. And that's wide. You can see that on that last series of serves, maybe a little bit of effect from the wind. And we are back. Players have changed sides on the court. Nick Frankenberg from Langley serving against Jack Horton from Washington Lee. Frankenberg with a lead. And that point goes to Horton. We've had some good rallies in the match so far. Both players play the full court, move the ball around, and can cover. And another errant ball from court 2 rolls in, but it wasn't really a factor in that point. Horton's shot went wide, point for Frankenberg. And after a trade of backhand, Frankenberg approaches the net, puts down a good forehand for the point. Very minor delay. Send the ball from court 2 back to court 2. Another point for Frankenberg. As the match is going on, he's been coming up to the net with a little more frequency. So another game for Nick Frankenberg. And Jack Horton will serve. we are starting to get a little bit of sunshine. Horton comes to net and picks up the point. Good hustle from Jack Horton. And another winner from Horton. And Horton will have a second serve. Can't quite find his rhythm on his first serves today. When he does land it, it's a very effective serve. And a series of backhands by Horton. Good returns by both players. And while the players change sides, let's check out what's going on the other courts. Frankenberg with Langley, leading Horton from Washington Lee. Horton finding Frankenberg serves hard to handle in this game. And the game goes to Frankenberg. Frankenberg appears to have picked up the pace of his serve as the match is worn on. He's got a good percentage on first serves made. And good power forehand from Jack Horton to win the point. Both players have good backhands, and as a result we've had some extended rallies with some good points, hard-fought points won by both players. So Horton playing from behind, trying to hold serve. Get back into the match. And the first serve is long. We'll get a second serve. And a nice play at the net by Frankenberg to win the point. Horton, both Frankenberg and Horton have played well at the net in this match, but Frankenberg's been able to get up there more often than Horton. And we're back. Players switch sides in between games. Frankenberg now serving. Comfortable lead over Horton. Another point for Frankenberg off of his serve. Frankenberg able to use his serve effectively, particularly in some games, and rare double fault from Frankenberg on that point, though. So Frankenberg running a little trouble with his serve consistency in this game. Still leading in the game. And there's that good backhand from Frankenberg. Matched by good backhand control from Horton, but the point goes to Frankenberg. And the game goes to Frankenberg. So Horton will serve. Horton having a little bit of difficulty with his serve in this game. Back at the net, good power forehand. And point goes to Frankenberg. And a terrific serve from Horton wins the point. First serve. Comes up short. So we'll get a second serve now from Jack Horton. And again, you see maybe the wind, a little bit of effect on the tosses. And another double fault from Horton, and game goes to Frankenberg. All right, Nick Frankenberg with the serve in the far court has a 9 games to 4 games lead over Jack Horton, trying to close out the match in this game. But the first point goes to Horton. Horton back to receive. First serve is long, and now a second serve from Frankenberg. And I think Horton would love to have that shot back. Return was wide. Game is now even. So we'll get a second serve from Frankenberg while the wind is picking up again. Hasn't really affected play that much. A few times it's perhaps made the players hesitate before serving. And we did have some sunshine for a little while, but the clouds are now back. But it's plenty warm for tennis. And again, Horton caught back on his heels by a very strong serve from Frankenberg. Frankenberg up 9 games to 4. If he holds serve, he closes out the match and takes the win for Langley. And Horton at the net, but can't cover the back baseline of the court, so point for Frankenberg. And the return comes up short. And that's the match. Nick Frankenberg, 10-4 winner over Jack Horton. Thanks for watching.